think we can all agree that most people who start out on YouTube quit very shortly after, within a few weeks, maybe a few months, due to three reasons. Number one, they start posting video number 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe they post for a few weeks, they get no views, no subscribers, no likes, no comments, so they're like, fuck this shit, scrap it up, and they completely quit. The second person who quits on YouTube is those people who are posting, but they just kind of get bored with it. As time passes, it's not as fun anymore, the motivation is gone, so they're like, you know what, I don't see myself continuing this, I'm probably not going to be successful, there's too much competition, all these limiting thoughts seep in and they quit. Then there's the third person. These people start out on YouTube, they're going good, they have a full head of steam, but then the ideas and the creativity just seems to dry up. They no longer have any more video ideas, and therefore they're like, you know what, I have no more ideas, I don't want to keep forcing this, I'm just going to quit. Now this video, I'm going to keep it very short and sweet and packed with value. This is for group number 3. If you're someone who is posting and posting and posting, but you feel like you've reached a point where you've run out of ideas, this is for you. In this video, I'm going to show you 2 ways that I used to virtually never run out of content ideas. I've posted very aggressively over these last few weeks since I've started YouTube, and I still have a whole notes page full of video ideas that I'm going to come up with, and it keeps growing constantly. So the number one way I always have content to pump out is whenever, I don't know if you're like me, maybe you're not the same way, but I am a person who is always having internal discourse going on in their head. I am always thinking of things when I'm in the shower, when I'm driving to work, when I'm sitting down. My mind is always running 100%. Up until I fall asleep. I struggle to fall asleep because my mind is always running with thoughts and ideas. Now I've always been this way, and I said one day, you know what? I have all these thoughts in my head, why don't I start posting on YouTube? Why don't I just release these thoughts, release these ideas so I can free up some space in my head. So that's how I started. But this is how I never run out of content. Whenever one of these ideas comes to my head, no matter how random it is, especially when the discourse kind of lasts and I'm thinking about it for 5, almost 10 minutes in my head, not even 5, I don't let it get to that point, like a minute or 2, and I feel like it's a good topic, I immediately either do a voice recording on my phone where I act like I'm recording a YouTube video pretty much. I just do like a brain dump, everything that's on my mind gets released since that very voice recording. Now if you want to take it a step further, you can just do a video recording, boom, right there, record a YouTube video and post it, really raw, really unedited. That would be really cool too if you're into that. Or you can just do a voice recording, so later when you're in the setting for you to sit down and actually record your YouTube video, you know exactly what to talk about. If you don't want to do that, if you're around a bunch of people and you can't just speak on your phone, or you're busy or whatever it may be, write it down in your notes app. Have a notes page, a notes file that is just full of video ideas. My notes file is extremely long. So whenever an idea comes to my head, I write down what I am going to title that video, and then everything, the ideas as they come, I'm writing point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4. Sometimes I do it in a pretty messy way where my mind is just going, I'm just writing down everything. But then later on, I kind of cut that down into the 3 points I want to talk about in the video. Now this is method number 1. But if you're not like me, if you're not someone who always is thinking, always has internal discourse, your mind is just empty, I don't know how the hell you function. You just have nothing going on in your head. Anyways, if that's who you are, I'm going to tell you method number 2, which I've been using more recently. I've recently discovered this, and I'm letting you guys know because I don't want to keep any secrets, and I want to help you guys out as much as possible. So with method number 2, what I do is I find people in a similar niche to myself. Honestly, I don't really have a specific niche, pretty wide. I talk about fitness, I talk about working a 9 to 5, I talk about self-improvement, I talk about going to the gym, all this shit. I talk about everything, so I have a very wide niche. Business. So what I've been doing is going into people's videos who kind of create similar style content to me. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but they discuss similar topics, and go into their comments section and seeing what kind of comments the viewers are posing to that creator. This way I know that if I create a video on this topic, it is going to meet an already present demand. I don't have to sit there and guess, I wonder what people want to see, I wonder what questions my viewers would have. No. The stuff is already prepared for you. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can just go into creators similar to yourself, go into their comment section, look at the questions being posed by their followers. Don't look at the replies. Don't look at if the creator replied to it, because that's going to influence the content that you then create. As soon as I see a question, I'm like, that's an interesting question, I'd love to respond to that. Immediately into the notes app or into my voice recordings, I write down that question, I write down a few bullet points. You don't have to write down a few bullet points or voice recording right away. Just write down that question so you can keep thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, and when kind of the ideas start to filter into your head, boom, jot them down right away. Another method that I've discovered, which I feel like is genius, this is a bonus, is I go to similar creators, their pages, and I see if they post Q&As, or if they do like Zoom recordings where they answer, a Q&A with their viewers, or if they do just a Q&A video, or if they have a community and they have, people come in to the Zoom call and they ask questions, or people in the community ask them questions, they make a video replying to it. That's another thing. But with this one, you have to be very careful. Right when that viewer asks the question on the Zoom call, or it's, people do those counseling calls, they charge like ridiculous amounts of money on them, and then they like do a video response and they post everything in a YouTube video. They kind of take that live recording and post it onto YouTube. With this, be careful to not listen to the creator's reply, because you do not want to copy what that person is going to say. Right? We're not on YouTube to be copycats, to steal this guy's style, steal this guy's personality. No, we're doing our own shit on here. So when you see someone, right when they ask the question, right? If it's a good question, if you like it, boom, write it down and log down an answer to it. You don't have to log down the answer right away. Skip what the creator is going to say, because you don't want to be influenced by their opinions or their viewpoints at all. Because if you just repeat what they say, people are going to watch your video and they're going to be like, damn, I've already seen a bunch of people reply with the same kind of viewpoint. Let me just skip this. This is bullshit. They're going to be like, you're copying this guy or whatever it may be. So then you watch the first question, skip through, get the second guy's question, the third guy, the fourth guy, and boom, in one video, you can get 7 or 8 video topics that you're going to create yourself. This is exactly what I found out this past week. I found out that this is going to be a great method for me, because I'm trying to pump out as much content as possible. If you haven't noticed, just scroll through my channel, you'll see that I post 4 long form videos a week. I want to bring that up to a long form video every single day. I'm not too focused on doing crazy editing, crazy thumbnails. I'm just trying to pump out as much raw content as possible. This is another thing I'm going to talk about in my next video, on why raw content and genuine, authentic conversation with just you sitting in front of the camera is going to be the new meta on YouTube. But I'm not going to get into it right now. But anyways, guys, I hope you take these tips. I hope you pump out as much content as possible. I hope this helps you kind of never run out of ideas, because you should realistically never be running out of ideas, right? We want to always be pumping out content, especially as we're first starting out. As I said, I'm going to try to go for more content within, maybe not next week, but the week after it. I'm going to post a video every single day. Try to keep that up, because we're trying to improve our skills of talking to the camera, our skills of persuasion, our skills of being more kind of a friend to the viewer that you're watching. And these skills, you develop them with more and more and more practice. Let me leave you with this one thought. For the people out there who are saying, hey, I'm just gonna post a video a week to start out and see how things go, do not do that shit. Post as many videos as you can every week without paying attention to the quality. Why? Because you are going to this way expedite the sucking, the being a terrible YouTuber phase way faster. If you compare a person who posts 1 YouTube video a week to a person who posts 5 videos a week, the first person at the end of the month is going to have 4 videos. It's going to take them months and months and months to improve, while the other person who posts 5 videos a week is going to have 20 videos in 1 month. It's going to take the other person 5 months to reach the same stage of development as that first person. Guys, pump out that content. Let's get right to it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.